Hello my lovelies, hope you're all well. I thought I'd do something slightly different for you for the month of February. So I'm going to do individual readings for the 12 signs. And we'll see how that resonates with all of you guys. There's an awful lot of shifting energies around. So I thought if I broke it down into the 12 signs, you'd get a more sort of in-depth feel to what's going on. Okay. Hello my lovelies. Well, here we are with a reading for Gemini for the month of February. I get the sense for you guys that you've been waiting for something, and some of you are not quite sure what it is you're waiting for, but I've got confirmation here for you with the cards that I've already chosen, that there is a breakthrough. So things really starting to move for you instead of against you. So if some of you have been really struggling with your finances or with an emotional issue around you, there is a breakthrough. There's this sense of, oh, about time. And for some of you, I feel that it's almost like you've given up on anything ever being different or changing in your lives, and that's a false premise. So things are about to change in quite a profound way for quite a few of you. I've chosen some cards, and these are oracle cards. So I'm not using the tarot, so I feel that there's a more succinct message here for you for the month of February. So the first one is the Angel of Strength. So you can see this angel hugging a tree and sort of drawing the energy from the tree and giving energy to the tree. So the tree is you, lovely Geminis, and if you've been feeling like your roots have been jiggled about a bit and your branches have been stripped of leaves and such like, there's an energy around you in the month of February which it's like scaffolding. It feels like it's to hold you up, to build you up again, to give you that support where you might have been floundering and feeling like, what's the point? Is there any real point in pursuing this idea, this relationship, this job, this change in direction? And this is saying, yes, there is a point in holding on to your desires, your dreams, your goals, your it's a sense of deservedness too. So you may have been holding a pattern or a belief that you don't deserve good things or lovely things to show up in your life, and I'm sensing that there are one or two of you who are feeling bereft, and it's a loss, it's a grief, it's a something has left you. It doesn't necessarily feel like somebody's died, but a situation has died, a relationship has died, and some of you may feel bereft because you cannot have contact with your children or with a significant other that's sort of disappeared out of your life. So there's this feeling of loss, grief. Will I ever get back on the wheel of life? And yes, you will. There's as I say, this feeling of being lifted up, being brought to a better level, a better feeling of being able to put your feet back on the ground and take those first steps. If some of you have been laid low by illness, by a trauma or an accident or something that has restricted your movement, I feel a shift and a change with that. So as we move in out of the winter months and into the spring, there is much more of a sense of hopefulness and anticipation. And I feel that people and situations are coming into your life to give you strength, to give you courage, to give you upliftment and support. So if you can imagine that spiritual scaffolding coming in around you, it can be just like beams of light coming in to various parts of your body, or you can see it around your home or your working space. And it's not just support, it feels like protection as well, of stopping anything untoward coming into your life. You've had enough. It feels like for some of you, you've really had enough of, that's an interesting word, disdain. So disdain is when someone looks down their nose at you, that, you know, you're not good enough, or you're common, or you're not as good as I am. And so when you have this spiritual scaffolding, nothing can come in, nothing can wobble you, nothing can shake you from your recovery, your feeling of well-being, and your sense of self again. So I hope that as these energies shift and change in the month of February, that you will start to pick up again, that you'll start to feel there are good people around, you know, there are lovely beings of light as well, supporting you and helping you in situations around you. Now the self-mastery card for you is beauty. And that's a lovely energy to have around you, because sometimes when life knocks us flat, we can have a tendency to beat up on ourselves and not feel like we're shining or worthy of anything. So this card says, using my inner eye of wisdom to see the qualities of those around me, loving my inner being, recognizing the wonder of circumstances. As a master, I see how perfect everything is. So even though outside of yourself you might think everything is imperfect and it's a bit grotty, and there might be sort of greyness around you, using your inner sight, and by that I mean turning off the TV, not scrolling through the Facebook, etc., but just tuning into that inner sense of self, and taking a walk in nature. So with the strength card, go and hug a tree. I've done it myself, and I've actually got something back. There is a response. So when you get out of the way of, oh my gosh, this is daft, you know, what will people think of me? You don't need to do it while people are around. Go when there's no one around. But just getting that sense of strength in nature, and how you can communicate with that part of yourself that is loving, that is supportive, that is that amazing spiritual scaffolding, and you will find the beauty. So when you look at a sunset or a sunrise, or something in nature that is awe-inspiring, then you are connecting with the beauty within yourself. So it's a recognition, it's a mirror. So when you compliment somebody, you're actually complimenting yourself. When you criticize somebody, you're criticizing yourself. So if you're in a situation where others have been criticizing you, they're actually criticizing themselves. So as we turn these things around and see, well, what are you showing me? If everyone is a mirror of us, and thinking, oh, okay, so if you're showing me disdain, then you don't think much of yourself either. So everybody's wounded. Everybody has some sort of emotional wound within them, and we project it onto other people. So when you start to see the beauty in somebody else's wound, or whatever it is they say around you, and see that they're in exactly the same situation or position as you are, but they're just projecting things onto you, that's when things start to mend. That's when things start to change. And you start to grow in another way. There is a beauty in all things. So sometimes when things are come into our lives and we think, well, I didn't invite that in. Why the hell's that shown up? We do. We invite things in on a subconscious level, but everything comes to us to teach us what we don't want to do. So out of that, we figure out what we do want to do. And then these are the Native American medicine cards. And we have crow energy. And this is very, very powerful energy for Gemini for the month of February. And it's number 24. 2 and 4 added together come to 6. And 6 is about love and balance. And also about moving forwards in life. So if you've been feeling really, really stuck and indecisive, which Gemini can do from time to time, this gives you the opportunity to start to move forward. Crow is magic. Crow is magic energy. It's not, the magician, Jim Jalabim. This is more to do with how you notice things, how you correlate things. And being a Gemini, you have an exquisite mind. It's mercurial. You're ruled by the planet Mercury. So you have the ability to see beyond what is being shown to you. So you have the ability to know, you can sniff out if something isn't right. And it's not just about feeling it, it's seeing it and sensing it. So your senses are very, very heightened as you move into February, and it's that ability to be discerning. So if something comes to you and is presented like an opportunity, you will have the ability to sniff it out and say, it looks pretty, but it doesn't feel right. It's not packaged how I'd like it to be. It looks very pretty packaging, but actually there's nothing inside of it. Or it's very plain. It's just brown paper, this package, but actually there's a treasure inside of it. So it's gauging that opportunity that's coming towards you in such a way that you will benefit from it one way or the other. And I do feel that you will be getting more than one opportunity. It's like the universe wants to deliver lots of stuff to you because there's been this backup. Like things haven't arrived. Why haven't they arrived? I've been working towards this for a very long time. It still hasn't shown up. So when we get out of the way and don't focus on the lack of something or something not showing up, that's when things can arrive. That's when things can be delivered to you because you're not blocking its delivery. And sometimes when we ask for things from the universe, it's like the postman will knock on the door and he said, oh, I've got a package for you, but you don't open the door. I thought, I wasn't expecting anything. I'm not opening the door. So it goes back to the depot, but you don't go and collect it because you weren't expecting something. So the energy around you in February is saying something's coming to you. Maybe more than something is coming to you. So the universe wants to deliver lots of things to you, most of which will be beneficial, but just for you to be discerning. It's not saying don't open the door. Open the door and see what is being offered to you. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. But if it does feel right, and as I say, it might come in a very plain packaging, it could actually have quite a good treasure inside of it. So here we have a little mini crow card, and on it it says, focus on the positive, detach from negativity, see opportunity in every challenge. So sometimes when opportunities, as I say, when they show up, it can be packaged as a challenge. But when you actually look at it with discernment, it's going to bring you this. Prosperity. So these Adoring Virtues, lovely cards. Messages from the Archangels. And this is Archangel Ariel. So Ariel is holding what is called a cornucopia. So it is this beautiful horn. So it's like a celestial horn filled with goodies. So the card of prosperity shows that all the stuff that you've been through, and I'm going to go back to, for some of you, August of last year, where, okay, this might just be for some, but it feels like heated debate, heated argument, upset, something being taken away from you that was precious to you. And this card of prosperity is bringing a balance. So it says, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So as I said, this can be opportunities coming along that are disguised, and for you to be able to not only open your arms, but open your heart. Because I feel for some of you, what has occurred last year, round about summertime, that you shut your hearts down, that those deep wounds to your heart centres. So this is about opening, even though they might still be a bit wounded. But as you open up your heart, that then allows the healing to occur and the prosperity starts to come in. And it isn't just about money. It's not just your material needs. It's the prosperity of feeling abundant with what you already have around you. And with the crow energy too, the magic of that is listening to messages and signals that the universe wishes to send to you. Because sometimes the crow is a messenger. He brings messages from spirit. So this can mean that if there's a departed loved one, you may have a message from them in some shape or form. It could be a dream, it could be somebody playing their favourite song, or you could hear someone singing the words to the song that they liked. But it's a message coming to you that all is well. This too shall pass. So whatever's been going on around you, this too shall pass. And any difficulties that you've been experiencing, your higher aspect wants to bring you messages. If you see crows around you, or if they're flying around you and they caw, then thank them. Thank them. Say thank you. Yes, I acknowledge that you're here. I acknowledge that you've come into my life. I acknowledge that there's a message for me. Even if you're not quite sure what it is they want to say, it will show up again in other ways. So please don't lose heart. That's what I'm hearing. Do not lose heart. Although your heart may have been battered or bruised or wounded, do not lose heart, and open up your heart to allowing lots of different things to come into your life. I also get the sense that for some of you, there may be justice is done. Okay, I'm being shown the scales of justice. So if you're dealing with a legal matter, then justice will be done. There will be a fairness to sorting out a situation. And I think for some of you, there'll be a big sigh of relief. So even though you might have been battered and bruised on an emotional level, long term, that will strengthen you for other things that come into your life later on down the line. So then I've chosen, well, I've shuffled a card from this deck, which are the Wellbeing cards, Esther and Jerry Hicks. It's the Teachings of Abraham. So it's based on the law of attraction. So I haven't chosen one yet. So we'll do that now. And this will be for you, and also hopefully a little message for me too. So we'll see what we got for Lovely Geminis for the month of February. Right. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Here we are. Beautiful moon. Okay. There's a little dude on top of a hill. And that's the eclipse that we've just had. Okay. We've just had a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Leo. And when we have eclipses, it's always an ending. And sometimes they can be abrupt. So this is saying to you, right, something's coming to an end. The door is slammed, it's shut, it's closed, it's bolted, it's locked. Now we can move on. And what it says is, we are all working towards the same goal, joy. So if joy has been lacking in your life, that's coming back in. So we've got these beautiful cards, look. We've got beauty, we've got joy, and we've got strength. So a combination of lovely positive energies coming into your life. And it says on the back here, whether it seems like it or not, you are all working towards the same ultimate goal of joy. You are just approaching things in different ways, and all of it is working. So if there's been a sense of conflict, that you're not doing it right, you're not doing it right, I'm doing it right, why am I doing it right? So a feeling of things being out of balance is that everything in the universe is working towards bringing you joy. So even though your idea of how somebody is doing something might be, you think that they're doing it wrongly, they're not. Everything is coming together as it should. You're just approaching things in different ways, and all of it is working. Whether it seems like it or not, you are all working towards the same ultimate goal of joy. So I'll leave you with that. I hope that is of some help to you all. If you'd like to leave me a comment, that would be lovely. I also have paintings, inspirational paintings that I do, and also drawings of spirit guides. And if you'd like a private reading, all of the details are in the box below. So until next month, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, and I'll see you again. Bye.